History is full of stories that have been repeated for generations, some true and others shaped by myths. In this series, we travel across different countries to uncover historical myths and explore the facts behind them. Let's begin our journey and discover how these myths were created and why they still matter today.
You've probably heard this before. Jericho is the oldest continuously inhabited city on Earth. Sounds like a perfect historical fact, right?
Well, not exactly. According to Professor Lorenzo Negro from Sapienza University, this is actually a myth. While Jericho is indeed a pioneer of urban life dating back 10,000 years, archaeological evidence shows clear occupational gaps. The city was abandoned several times due to earthquakes and dry springs, so it's the oldest fortified town, but its story had many pauses. That's why we should always double-check our facts and dig deeper into history.
Some people believe that giants built the ancient Canaanite cities in Palestine. This idea comes from old stories and imagination. But archaeology tells us a different story. Excavations show tools, walls, and human planning. These cities were built by skilled human workers, not giants.
The truth is clear. Canaanite cities were built by humans using knowledge, teamwork, and time. Always check historical facts before believing popular myths.
Now, let's move from Palestine to Croatia and discover a new historical myth.
The myth, the evidence, the truth, Prince Norin.
In the Neretva River Valley, people speak of Prince Norin, a mysterious ruler said to live beneath the river. Described with animal-like features, he was believed to control storms, sink boats, and guard the secrets of the ancient city of Nerona. The river hides sunken objects and dangerous currents, while nearby ruins of Nerona prove an ancient city once existed here. For generations, people used stories to explain what they could not understand. Prince Norin was most likely not a real person, but a symbol of the river's power and mystery. The truth is simple. Norin lives in legend, reminding us how myths preserve history, explain nature, and keep culture alive.
From Croatia to Greece, in search of a new myth, let's dive into this exciting journey together. Welcome to our exploration of the myth of Alexander the Great, a project by the 3rd Junior High School of Nea Ionia. Myth: Alexander the Great conquered the world alone. He commanded a highly trained Macedonian army, created by his father Philip the Generals. He was a brilliant leader, but he did not act alone.
This is a myth. Alexander faced many failures.
In reality, he won major battles, but he also faced rebellions, resistance, and serious difficulties. At times, he was forced to change his plans. History is not a story of constant victories. Alexander wanted to unite all peoples in peace. But this was also a political strategy, a way to control and govern a vast empire. Now, let's go to Turkey with new myths.
In the middle of the Bosphorus stands the Maiden's Tower, shrouded in a tragic tale. Legend speaks of a Byzantine emperor who loved his daughter dearly. A prophecy foretold her death by a snakebite before her 18th birthday. Terrified, the emperor built a tower in the sea to protect her. He placed her there, isolated from the mainland, believing the water would be her shield against destiny. But on her birthday, a basket of figs was sent to her. Hidden inside was a venomous snake, sealing her fate just as the prophecy predicted. However, when we peel back the layers of myth, the history tells a different story. This structure has stood for centuries. From a Byzantine customs station to an Ottoman watchtower and lighthouse, its purpose was practical: defense, navigation, and even quarantine. Historians confirm these roles, documenting the tower's strategic importance in the heart of Istanbul's waters. Yet, searching the archives for the princess, we find silence. No record confirms the prophecy, the snake, or the tragic death. The story of the snake likely drifted from other myths, blending with the tower's isolation to create a romantic tragedy. So, while the stone and mortar are real, the princess is a ghost of our collective imagination. Today, the Maiden's Tower remains a symbol of Istanbul, beautiful, enduring, and culturally vital. It stands as a reminder that sometimes a legend is just as powerful as the truth.
When we think of war heroes, we often imagine men in uniform. But during the Turkish War of Independence, one of the bravest fighters was a woman. Her name was Fatma Seher Erden, known to history as Kara Fatma. Today, we will tell her real story, what is proven by historical records, and what makes her a true national hero. Fatma Seher Erden was born in 1888 in Erzurum. She was married to an army officer, which allowed her to closely observe military life. In 1919, after Anatolia was occupied, Fatma Seher traveled to Sivas to meet Mustafa Kemal Ataturk in person. She asked Ataturk directly for permission to fight. Kara Fatma organized and commanded a militia unit of up to 700 fighters. She actively fought on the Western Front. During one battle, Kara Fatma was captured. She refused to give any information and later escaped to return to the front. After the war, Kara Fatma was awarded the Medal of Independence. She retired with the rank of First Lieutenant. Despite her heroism, Kara Fatma lived her later years in poverty. She died in 1955, but historians recognize her as a documented military leader, a living proof that courage has no gender. Kara Fatma's story is not a legend. It is supported by official military ranks, a registered independence medal, and historical sources. She was real. She fought. And history remembers her. Fatma Seher Erden was born in 1888 in Erzurum. She was married to an army officer, which allowed her to closely observe military life. In 1919, after Anatolia was occupied, Fatma Seher traveled to Sivas to meet Mustafa Kemal Ataturk in person. She asked Ataturk directly for permission to fight. Kara Fatma organized and commanded a militia unit of up to 700 fighters. She actively fought on the Western Front. During one battle, Kara Fatma was captured. She refused to give any information and later escaped to return to the front. After the war, Kara Fatma was awarded the Medal of Independence. She retired with the rank of First Lieutenant. Despite her heroism, Kara Fatma lived her later years in poverty. She died in 1955, but historians recognize her as a documented military leader, a living proof that courage has no gender. Kara Fatma's story is not a legend. It is supported by official military ranks, a registered independence medal, and historical sources. She was real. She fought. And history remembers her.
Welcome to an exploration of one of history's most captivating tales. Many people believe that Hazarfen Ahmed Shalebi was a brave inventor who flew from Galata Tower to Üsküdar in the 17th century. According to the legend, he built wooden wings, climbed to the top of the tower, and flew like a bird across the Bosphorus. People say the Sultan watched him in surprise, and the people of Istanbul cheered. For centuries, Hazarfen has been remembered as the first man to fly.
What might have really happened? The reality. However, historians are not completely sure if this flight really happened. There is only one written source and no scientific proof. Some experts believe that Hazarfen may have tested simple gliding techniques, or maybe a story was exaggerated over time. It is also possible that the story was created to inspire people to dream and think beyond limits.
According to a modern myth, Hazarfen did not only want to fly in the sky, he wanted people to fly in their minds. The wings were not just made of wood, they were made of curiosity, courage, and imagination. That is why, even today, Hazarfen still flies in science, technology, and the dreams of young people. Sometimes myths are not about what really happened, but about what humanity wants to achieve.
Today, we are exploring a mysterious story connected to the city of Samsun.
There is a popular belief that the Amazon women warriors lived in Samsun.
Ancient Greek writers described the Amazons as living near the Thermodon River.
Yeah! But does this mean the story is historically proven?
There is no definitive archaeological evidence proving that Amazons lived in Samsun.
Amazons! Crimson!
The Amazons are figures where mythology and history intersect.
The Amazon story remains an important part of Samsun's cultural identity.
When learning history, we must separate legends from proven facts. Think like a historian.
Myths may sound convincing, but a history becomes clearer when we question and explore the truth. Each country has its own stories, shaped by culture and time. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay curious and keep exploring history beyond the myth.